Hey friend, Brannon Shortt here, one of the new pastors at Bayside. Man, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving with your family. You know, my family actually flew in from North Carolina and got to spend Thanksgiving with me and my wife here at our house that you're in right now. And it's the first time our entire family's been together for Thanksgiving in the last 6 years. And it was amazing. I mean, we had great food, great conversation, great game nights, great stories, more great food. I mean, it was I could not help but be overcome with thankfulness this holiday. And I gotta say, my mom looked at me last night and she said the corniest thing that has ever come out of her mouth. I mean, she looked at me and she said, Brandon, I think Thanksgiving should spur us forward into Thanksliving. And now I told her last night I would never let those words roll off of my tongue. I would never say that. For the sake of all things good, that is just too corny. But then I started thinking about it. Friend, and I just could not shake how correct she is. How correct she is that it should spur us forward. You know, especially as Christians, I think this is even maybe more true than it is for anybody else. You know, one of my favorite verses in the Bible is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 15. And it says this, all this is for your benefit, so that the grace that is reaching more and more people may cause thanksgiving to overflow to the glory of God. Paul is saying that this grace, this undeserved, unmerited, yet freely given favor from God should cause us to overflow with thanksgiving. I mean, he's saying, believers, look where God has taken you. Look where you were before and where you are now, and even dream to the vista of where God is taking you. And under the light of this grace, that should cause our thankfulness to rise, not just on Thanksgiving, you're welcome, Mom, but also into Thanksliving. You know, I've been asking myself this question is how can I up my thankfulness and how can I up my gratitude? And I think there's 3 really great ways I've heard other people doing this. I wanted to share them with you. The first is keeping a gratitude journal. I mean, it doesn't have to be a physical journal, though some of you, maybe that's best. Maybe it's in your phone. You know, I have friends that are taking time every morning of the world to write 1, 2, maybe 3 things that they're just grateful for. And they go back to those 3 throughout the day just to remind themselves that no matter how that day goes, they have something to be thankful for. The second thing I think we can do is maybe text a friend once a week, just once a week, but you will be blown away how meaningful it will be for them, but also what it will do for you. Just to call and say, hey man, I am so thankful for you. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for the place that you have in my life and who you have been to me. I love you, and that's it. That is the only agenda of the phone call, the text message, however you best communicate. The only agenda is gratefulness and gratitude. And the third way I think we can up our thankfulness and take our gratitude to another level is what we just said. As you're spending time with God, as you're meditating, as you're praying, think about the grace that has been given. The overwhelming, unending grace God has given you in your life. Think about where you used to be and where you're going, where you are even now, what God has done for your family. And see your thankfulness start to rise. See your gratitude change the way that you live every given day. Friend, again, I hope you had an excellent Thanksgiving, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again here real soon.